Yep. I'm engaged.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Bill Kanda, Chairman of the County Commissioners, Custer County Board of Commissioners. Today is Wednesday, June the 10th, 2026, and the time now is 9 a.m. I'll call this meeting to order and ask you all to silence your phones. Me too.
Don't do it.
Good. And this meeting is being recorded on Zoom and by the clerk as well. So it's called order. Let's please stand for the pledge.
Flags to the back of the room, please. Repeat after me. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Come on in.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Paul.
Please join me for the invocation. Lord, we just come before you. We thank you for our citizens. We thank you for this county that we live in, and thank you for the moisture that we've gotten over the past couple of weeks. We just ask that you'd give us the wisdom that we need in making decisions for the county in the business that we have before us today. In your name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Lucas. Roll call, Kelly.
Commissioner Kanda.
Here.
Present.
Commissioner Vogelsong.
Here.
County Attorney Dan Slater.
Here.
BOCC Admin Caitlin Womack here, and clerk to the board Kelly Camper present.
Okay, thank you. We'll have audience introductions. Let's start with Delana.
John Schrader, David Saunders, Jim Shatland, Michael Wilhite, James Gilbert.
Okay, that's all, everybody here in Caitlin. Okay. Get them all, Kelly.
Okay, we have one arriving.
And we got another. Come on in. And state your name when you sit down.
D. Wilhite.
Thank you. Okay, audience introductions. Amend the agenda. Anything, Lucas?
None from me.
None from me, Paul.
None for me also.
Okay. Commissioner items, Lucas.
Do you want to approve the minutes?
Oh, wait a minute.
Since that's next
I
on the
stepped
agenda.
right down behind it. I always skip that.
I'll make a motion to approve the proceedings of the Board of County Commissioners regular meeting, May 27, 2026.
I'll second that. Okay, any comments on it?
Now it was
No.
a short meeting
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and you weren't there.
it was very short for
I'll
me.
point that out.
Thank you for saying that.
You will.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Lucas
Aye.
and aye. Now, Commissioner items, Lucas.
So in the past little while, we got the EMPG grant for the OEM extended to the end of the federal fiscal year, which is the end of September. Let's see what else. We got some preliminary design drawings from our workforce housing designer and the design team for the developer. So we reviewed those and looked through those and kind of picked what we thought would be best suited for the area there in Silver Cliff. Went to the CCI conference with a bunch of other commissioners from all the counties that meet in Keystone twice a year. Reviewed a lot of things there. Some things that are coming out of there is we are in a drought. Fire hazard is high, very high. So the same things that we kind of know, but there's a lot of counties staying in stage 2 so that resources don't leave, so they don't have they just stay on top of it because they know resources are very short. So yeah, that's all I got.
That was a good conference, I thought. Best part about it is you get an opportunity to talk with other commissioners with similar problems.
Compare.
They compare as well as bring back some solutions that we don't have to go and make up ourselves.
Yeah, and don't plan on flying into Aspen, Colorado in the summer of 27.
Yeah, we
Their
learned that.
airport will not be open.
Yeah, they're gonna shut down I-70 and the highway, the airport there, and so everybody's gonna be taking a big detour around. It's gonna be, don't go on I-70 here.
Western, is it both directions?
Mhm. So they got a big problem, the state does.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Paul.
Uh, we had a fair board meeting on Monday at the fairgrounds and, went over all trying to tie everything together and make the fair a very prosperous fair. During that, we walked through and made sure we had all the correct items there, fire extinguisher, water and everything else for the fair. So it was a very good meeting. Weather was cooperative also. Kids Council Fair was at the park. Everybody seemed to have a good time. We had a 4-H coordinator was there along with UC extensions. A lot of booths were there, but you had to rotate around and just have an open fair day out there. The fire department was wetting down kids over by the fence and everything. So really good attendance at that. And it was also a burger hot dog by the deputies, the posse of the sheriff's department. Mother Nature was nice with that. It was a great day for a fair. So, yeah, you know, talk about the airport flying. That's all I have.
Okay, thanks. A couple things from me, aside from things we've talked about. Vince is not here today because he's got a couple people on vacation and he's on a water truck. And that's better than having to sit here and wondering what the bid is on the
What are
grade
you
and
doing?
open up the bid here in a little bit. He's finishing up 255 Idlevice. He's out in Rosita, finishing up that. He's going to be working on his way down out of there on Rosita Road, basically. And I got a call from Fremont County's Commissioner, Dwayne McFall, asking if we use mag chloride, and they're thinking about doing similar things and how it's going. So the word is spreading, and we are doing that. And speaking of that, next priority is going to be coming down Airport Road, and I asked him to put us together during the airport board meeting of an idea that per cost per foot of the oil and chip seal to get us off of Highway 69, starting up the airport road up there toward because we've got a lot of activity coming out of Corona Verde and a lot of activity out of the airport. So it's worth taking a look at a mile or so up that way, and maybe a mile back on toward the airport on the airport Cessna Drive, I think they call it. Take a look at what might cost to do that and how we'd raise the money.
That was a big chip seal.
Right. And then the other piece was they're working with the airfield for the Airfest coming up in August. And it will be free breakfast, to catch everybody's ears, and lots of neat airplanes to see flying in, and music that'll be on that. They've got a good plan going on that right now. And we are going to fix the gate approaches in there as well, roll it down for the activities to be set up.
The approaches of the gates.
Gates. Okay, also, he's not going to be here to see the John Deere or the grader bid, but he was hoping to be able to pick it up.
Picking it up tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Chad's bringing the paperwork up today. So.
Get that. And the next priority for him is going to be that Rosita Road down here, and then catching back on this side, just chasing the valley around. We've been lucky to have the water to keep the dust down. And I think the Air National Guard practiced. They got it coming down out of Wyoming to do a bunch of training up here, and it's they projected to use about 1,100 gallons of fuel. So we'll find out what happens.
Why conference?
It's a good big deal. And then the other thing that's interesting is mining. You know, Custer County is known for mining. It's on our shield. And the mining company, there's a mining company up here doing testing for minerals. And part of what they do on the county roads, they string a wire across from one side to the other. They're tapping soil on each side. Well, I don't know the magic. But they asked if we could make some berms for them, speed bumps, so that they get on 8 different locations on a couple of roads in the Rosita area. So you'll see those, they'll be smoothed out when they're done, but they have the wire stretched under that, and then they have to check electrolytes or whatever they're doing there. So just beware of that. And he charged them $1,100 to do it. Yeah. So Little Bridge made $1,100 more. Okay, and that's all I have for now.
So I got a few more things to add.
Go ahead.
I met with the search and rescue chairman of the board and one of the captains. They would like us to look at the lease that we have with them that expires in 2030, but they would like that to renew, or they'd like that to be renewed and extended longer if we'd be willing, so that they can start maybe making some longer term plans. So I'll send that over to you, Dan, to look at that and see about.
What's the agreement length now? 5 years?
It's was in, I think, 15
Yeah, I was
to
saying-
30, so it was a 15-year
15
lease.
years.
So I think let's just maybe extend it out to 2045 and see what from today or from the end of this year, and see what it looks like, and see if they're agreeable to that.
Mhm.
Tourism board met. They're really talking about how we integrate our tourists with our ag folks. They're talking, and we're gonna put a strategic plan together about how they communicate to our tourists that one, this is still our place. The ag still has here, and ag equipment has right away on the roads. So need to give them yield to them. So they're working on some things like that, because they wanna keep that relationship going between both the ag producers and the tourists. So
Yeah, and I know that brings up the fact everybody complains about the 35-mile-an-hour speed limits, but in a lot of places it's needed because of the kids and people that are in these different areas, as well as the road, the shoulders on that aren't
Soft.
chip sealed
Yeah,
yet, they're soft, and
soft.
so they gotta get down until we get them. So obey the speed limit, because they're watching. I'm happy to say they have been out visiting.
Yeah.
Posse has, and others cruising the roads. Okay, anything else? Okay, Dan.
I attended the county attorney's conference last week. It was a good experience. Got to kind of learn some new things and see what other counties are dealing with. Was also selected, voluntold, elected, whatever, to the board for the County Attorneys Association as one of the 3 small county representatives. So that will also probably keep me more.
How big is the board?
I believe it's 7 members plus the president and treasurer. So
Good. Keep your eye out on this, will you?
that's my sole job.
Give us
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, admin. Caitlin, you're happy. I'm happy. Okay.
Okay, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So, Caitlin brought over yesterday the list of where the vehicles that came from Chaffey County, where they're gonna all go. So the one that goes to buildings and ground, one to recycling, one to public health. I need somebody to come pay for the title and plates on those and bring their little ID, and so I don't know if, since all 3 of those are under you guys, if you just wanna do it all in one thing, or how you wanna do that.
All in one thing, meaning one.
One person bring their ID and their money.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll come over and do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
finance. And logical.
Okay.
That would-
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Well, I have.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's it for that. Any unfinished business?
Don't think so.
Anything to bring up?
Not just that, watch for fires and how you're doing your daily activities at the house and everything for the fire band. It's gonna turn dry here within probably a week, so beware, especially on windy days.
It keeps blowing that way.
Yeah, dry.
Okay. All right, well then let's head on down the agenda here. Accounts payable under new business now, so we'll start with that. And with that, Lucas, you're up.
These are the amounts in AP for the last 2 weeks that were over 5,000. Health insurance to maintain health, for May, in the amount of $9,862.73. Buildings and grounds, Four Rivers Equipment, CTSI claim for the landfill, $6,204.23. Another Four Rivers Equipment CTSI claim in the amount of $5,297.07. County Coroner, El Paso County, for 3 autopsies, in the amount of $4,800. Road and Bridge to McFarland Oil for fuel in the amount of $36,621.32. Custer County Kids Council for office rent to Steve Locken, the owner of the building, for yearly rent in the amount of $6,000. County Extension, CSU Extension, Q1, Q2, director contract is in the amount of $8,452.50. The total for AP through 6/10 is in the amount of $140,063.56.
Okay, we have a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept the AP report, the total of $140,063.56. Today's date, 6/10/26.
I'll second.
Okay.
Okay, it's been a presented, it's been the motion up to the floor. Any other discussion here before we move on? Any discussion out here? Okay, hearing none, I'll call for the vote on that to approve the AP report for the end of 6/10/26 for the amount of $140,063.56. Favor say aye.
Aye.
Lucas.
Aye.
Can I? Okay, next up, we got a permit event, special event permit for Agape Valley Special, and come on up, don't this, don't be.
It's gonna be a regular person.
Okay, tell us what you got.
Okay, so we have a special event. It is on 12-511 County Road 328. It's in Zone 4. The Planning Commission reviewed the application for a special event of the above referenced property, and their recommendation is denial of this event. The vote was unanimous.
Okay. Comments on? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 members.
Correct.
All voted no.
Unanimously voted.
Okay, we'll discuss that. I'll move, we accept the recommendation from the Planning Commission for the event.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the recommendation to deny this permit. Any other discussion here?
Not at all.
Any issues here?
Nope.
Okay, then I'll call for that vote. All in favor
Don't
of
take any public comment.
anything? I looked at. Any other comments?
I just would like to demonstrate
Go ahead, say.
do pray that the commission doesn't take denial on this. Many things were wrong.
Hold on just a second. What did you say?
I was asking, I pray that the commission does the unanimous tonight.
We just did.
Well,
I couldn't-
We haven't voted
Okay.
yet. I'm just saying that.
For
Okay, all right,
comment.
you're, okay, got it.
Okay.
Yes.
Many errors in the application that was not vented correctly. And in addition, I think those things should be looked at. In particular, there was just a bid for insurance. There was never a binder furnished to the county. And this is an acoustical event, and acoustical events are different than events. Acoustical events do impact large areas in this county. And I think that the county needs to look at those things in particular. If you vote, did you just vote to deny?
No, we just have a motion is to
You vote
deny.
Deny. I would recommend, they are still selling tickets as of last night to this event. I would recommend that the county board of commissioners issue a cease and desist order to them for selling those tickets.
Okay, thanks for the recommendation. Any other comments? Anything online? Okay, hearing none, I'll call for that vote. All in favor of denying or approving the recommendation of the Board of Planning Commission, say aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Paul?
What was some?
Kanda, aye. Okay. That's it. Thank you. That, you got anything else?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you would stick around.
Enjoy being with you guys.
What is she gonna join us?
Okay, so this one is just simple. We've already had a Board of Health meeting for this. The only reason why I requested to be on the agenda is because the enactment clause has to be signed in front of Kelly. And so that's the only reason why I'm here, is for you guys to,
Just go rehash anything. We just
but no,
approved what we did.
it's already been voted on. I just needed you to sign in front of Kelly.
Well, I make a motion that we sign in front of Kelly Camper, our clerk and recorder,
Want her to
the
stand?
on-site wastewater treatment system regulations enactment clause.
I'll second that.
Make this
Okay.
easy.
Any other discussion on that? Anybody object to that? Okay, I'll call for that vote. All in favor of signing in front of Kelly, say aye. Lucas?
Aye.
All the song on.
Kanda, aye. Okay, get the drum roll out. Kelly, take a look.
Miss Eagle.
There you got it. You're up in front. Slide across.
You watching? Just making sure that it makes. Oh, the real one? Oh. Okay.
Okay. Are you happy now?
Everybody happy?
Kelly's happy.
Kelly's
We're,
happy.
we're ready. Okay, Department of Human Services, and I know Vicky's online, and you want to take this one with, or Paul.
Was Vicky on?
Yeah, she's online.
Yeah,
Speaking
can
of
you
Vic-
hear me?
Yep, we got you. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is just our Colorado Department of Early Childhood memorandum of understanding, or MOU. And it just needs commissioner's signature to extend the MOU through June 30th of 2027.
Any other comments, Paul?
No, I already discussed that with, with the director and agreed.
Okay, then make a motion.
I make a motion that we accept the MOU for the for the family services, what is the title of it?
Let's read it.
It's
Department of Human Services, MOU. Wait,
I'm looking for paragraph that has it.
the A3S.
So next one, but Paul,
This sack here.
no, it's the next thing.
Oh,
There you go.
all right, looking for reading. All right, yeah, covered up. Okay, memorandum of understanding amendment three between the Colorado Department of Early Childhood and Custer Department of Human Services. And that will run effective as of July the 1st of 2026. And extend the term of the contract by 1 year. Number two, term in the memorandum of understanding shall be replaced with the following term. The term of the MOU will be from January 1st of 2023 through June 30th of 2027. And it asks for all three signatures. I make that motion.
I'll second it. Okay, any other discussion here? Any comments, any questions? Last first. Good.
Attached.
I'll hear public comments, anything online. Okay, hearing none, I'll call for that vote. All in favor of approving the MOU as presented, say aye. Lucas.
Aye.
Paul.
Both on
Kanda, aye.
this was attached.
Okay, good. Okay, I guess, come on up, Bob. You have a position that we want to discuss.
Yeah. Mr. Bob.
It's not Custer County blue.
Yeah, it's close.
It's close enough.
So the county assessor, planning and zoning director met with you three in work session. They presented a request and reasoning for wanting to add an additional full-time position to, they've called it a field inspector, servicing both departments, doing inspections that they would need help with in the field. Went over their reasoning, and for that, at your request, I asked them to put together their essential functions and things that they would want that position to do, along with the requirements for the person to hold the position and any kind of special training or certifications and such. They did that. I pulled those together, created a job description, forwarded it to the two of them, asked for any input or changes. Neither one of them had anything they wanted changed. They thought it would well. I sent it off to the, I believe it in your packet is that job description. The position, essential functions and paper would put it in, it would be called, our grade 1, based on the education requirements and the skills, knowledge, and abilities of that position are equal to positions that are presented. I can read those off and went over that. So put it in a range of $17.48 an hour to a maximum of $25.53. It'd be equal to positions in the assessor's office, their transfer clerk, appraiser, and the data collector in the clerk's office, elections clerk, DMV supervisor, DMV clerk, recording supervisor, and the planning and zoning office, the clerk and grants assistant, connection, outreach coordinator, and the chief deputy treasurer, and a list of several others.
Okay, just so people understand, it's one person splitting an inspection job between both the assessor and planning and zoning.
Correct.
To go out on the site, observe from a, I'll let you say it, but the assessor looks at certain things. Might want to mention that. And he
So for
look at other things.
Right, so for the assessor, inspecting the property as far as buildings and property that are there and things that they're wanting to assess value to, being on site, as well as
Gathering the data for him to make an assessment.
right. And then for planning and zoning is to inspect installation of water treatment systems or septic systems, as well as making sure that building and construction meets code and things of that nature, so it takes.
Locations of septic tanks and septic fields within boundaries, et cetera. Okay. How do you deconflict them? Are they gonna? They're gonna have to work a schedule out between the two departments. I think you've had a good discussion with Elena and JD both about that.
Yeah, it would be what they call a matrix ordinance structure, but that person would report to both on their individual inspections and meet the scheduling requirements. I would envision them, this person, when they go out, do an inspection, multiple inspections for both of them, depending on the needs of the timing and everything, and come back into the
So
report.
you could kill two birds with one stone in some cases, or they go out and just do septic systems for
Yeah, depending on the
load,
need.
depends on the load.
Yeah. Exactly.
What's the starting salary?
The range
I
would
know you
be,
gave us a range, but what
Yeah.
what are they doing?
it'll depend on the person that would be hired, on any of the training or things that they bring with them, like skills. So like if they came and had absolutely none, then it would be on the minimum range of 1748. If they had more experience and training and came in with certifications and abilities already, then it would move up in that transition scale. Maybe a discussion between JD and Elena.
Okay, so from a hiring point of view, then, who's the hiring official gonna be?
It would be both of them. It'd be they both get together, discuss, does it meet the needs for either and or both? I would say it would be an acknowledgement or agreement between the two of them, because this person is gonna work for both.
Depending on the capability, so you would be there to help facilitate that meeting.
Absolutely.
And then you would make an offer based on
their input and stuff, yeah.
Well, my question would be the projected time frame to fill it. Is there any deadline or?
Minimum posting period is 10 days, set by the state statute, Equal Pay for Equal Work Act. So if we do a minimum of 10 days, then any recruitment time after that, so you could do maybe 20 days, depending. Depends on the number of
This
people.
fiscal year.
Oh, yeah.
Another question is since it's under a elected official and the board, is there any kind of conflict there?
I don't perceive any.
Okay.
JD would be the supervisor for his duties, and Delana would be the supervisor for her duties.
Okay.
And then, of course, if there's any performance issues on any inspections for the stuff that JD would want, then JD would work those deficiencies out with this person, and so would Delana. And then, just if need be, I could I'll intervene or be a mediator between, if there was some conflict. See, JD was saying, well, I don't get enough of this person's time and Delena's taking it, or vice versa, then we'd have to work that out.
Okay.
Just
I'll speak a little louder so everybody can hear me. We've done this informally in the past, is what's happened. We'd had, JD had an extra person that should go out and help on with Jackie Hobby, for example, on inspection. So this really formalizes it and it acknowledges how to pay for it, and we can track it better, both budget wise and job wise, it sounds like.
Currently, they are using a volunteer to go out. They're each using a volunteer. I think they're using the same volunteer. And the workload is greater between the two of them than this person can keep up with. And the inspection needs are falling behind, is the way I understand it. Okay. This helps get them caught up, and then stay caught up or trying to resolve any potential issues.
Okay, any issues, Paul?
No, already discussed.
Lucas?
So I want to back up a little bit. What happened after COVID, after 2020, we had a big influx of people buying up property and building. And we got behind both in the assessor's office because we didn't add staff to either planning and zoning or in the assessor's office. And our volunteer helped us catch up a bunch, but we have a lot of catch up to do. This person also is gonna help keep planning and zoning office open more so full time and all hours, instead of when the two employees in planning and zoning went and did an inspection, they went together for safety reasons and for either winter, if you're out there, you have somebody else with you that can call for help, whatnot. But it's a safety thing, and it's to catch up over the last 3-4 years worth of work that we need to catch up on, and we need to get processed through faster. And they're doing a great job of catching up, but we've got a lot of catch up to do. I don't know if this position will be a position that'll be open for the next decade, but it's a position there. It also allows some of our staff to take some time off then too, both in the assessor's office and in planning and
vacation time that they.
Yeah, that they have, right, and allow them to take that and still keep the offices open. So that is our main. That's, I think my main point in this is keep the offices open. That serves the public interest.
JD has a comment.
Okay, JD, you're online. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say we do not have a volunteer anymore. They left as of June 1st. So.
Correct.
Yeah, because Bob mentioned the volunteer, and he's actually, I mean, he's absolutely right, but the volunteer left as of June 1st. So at this point, we don't have anyone.
Yep.
Thank you.
And Delana definitely needs, hasn't had one, definitely needs. Okay, any, got a motion? Then we have some discussion. You're the man.
Do we have any more discussion?
No, go ahead and make a move first.
I'll make a motion. I make a motion that we accept the human resources manager's input for the board to approve a planning and zoning and assessor field representative. I think it was inspector.
He's field inspector.
Field inspector, yes. And that'll be as up to today's date for the countdown for the process.
So you will post it.
That's my
after this
motion.
if we approve.
Yeah, that's my motion.
Okay, I'll second it, and we can discuss more if there's any other questions. Anything online? JD, you happy? Anything other to point out?
No, I'm fine. I appreciate Bob doing this. Thank you.
Okay, and then we got one question here, Jim.
Yeah, I haven't had many years of experience in a major organization like this. One of the biggest problems with shared resources is making sure there's a clarity with respect to the not functionality so much, but positional reporting. And the individual, if they do not have a defined reporting structure for the being in the job versus what you're doing in the job, it doesn't work very well. So my curiosity was, which department is this person going to report through?
Okay, good comment and an excellent comment. As a matter of fact, I personally have worked for 3 bosses at the same time, and it is really hard because there's a primary, you have to have a primary, and then a secondary input, and third, if you had 3, to on the performance reports. And that's something that I think you're aware of. You've had that happen before in your career too, Bob. So we need to make it clear. And
Clear the mud.
and it might help. So between you guys can
How
work it out.
the oversight will
Come up with that is good point, and it needs to make sure the guts of it get executed. Okay, any other comments? Line. Okay, I'll call for that vote. Hearing no other discussion, all in favor of creating the new inspector position as presented, say aye. Paul?
Aye.
Lucas? Aye. Kanda? Aye. Okay, thank you, Bob. Okay, that brings us down to the what we're all been waiting for is for Dan to open up the bids. For the grader.
Scary. You use the word multiple, you use the word plural.
Yeah, I know, they bid.
This is bid for grader received 6/8/26, 450 for the phones.
This is us selling our grader and we're gonna deal with John Deere's people later on. Other stuff we've got.
Been a well.
Go ahead, Dan.
Ed Lyons with phone number Mountain Valley Excavating LLC. $50,000 in cash, $20,000 in road base for a total of $70,000. Ed Lyons is bidding $70,000 for Custer County grader.
Okay. 70 grand, so we don't have to buy a road base.
How does that work with two different pots?
So what we'll do is we'll charge, capital improvement, we'll charge road and bridge $20,000 for that material. Cause basically this is going into capital, capital owns the assets. The assets are
Right.
the $50,000 and the $20,000 worth of material. We're gonna sell that $20,000 worth of material to road and bridge.
Okay.
You go into their budget. It's
Just keep it look straight, that's all.
the way they report it.
I don't know what Ed Lyons road base, how much material is that? What is he charging us? If it's around $10, it's $2,000 material. So
It's running 10. The wholesale.
Right.
So
Okay,
do we wanna
that's something to get in writing.
I'm thinking
No
that,
per ton, what that is, this 20,000 is.
Yeah, $20,000 worth of material, that's depending on the price.
Right.
Could be one
If you
ton
would
for
have said, I'll give you 2,000 tons of material, that would have been. It's a little easier to,
it would have been easier if they said it's so many tons.
then I know what I'm paying per.
So why don't we bring that, but just clarify that, we can just come back and point that out later.
As long as it's competitive, because I know the one down the hill is right around $13 a ton, so I know it's a little bit less,
Road base up here, he runs 10.
but it's
12.
local, so.
But otherwise, I'll make a motion to approve, the bid on grader one from Ed Lyons, with, we need to get clarified on how many tons of material it is.
That'd be,
Would that be
yeah,
appropriate?
Then satisfactory.
I'll second that.
So.
Okay.
But it's $10.
I think it just did.
Okay, that's the motion, any other discussion here, Jim?
Naive here. Why don't you just tell him what the price would be? You have a market value or what you can get it, so go back to him and say, okay. $20,000 worth equals.
How many tons, yeah.
I think probably not a bad idea, but I think it would be us saying, well, we believe it's this, because it's his, well, because he's the guy that put the labor into it, he knows what he paid for it. So he's the one making the offer, is my only point.
He creates it, he doesn't buy it.
So does he sell road base?
Yeah.
Yes, we've purchased it from him and from this. So we're low.
He's the one that came out and he actually did the crushing for our.
Right,
I just heard that.
that's why we have.
So it'll be clarified.
Correct.
So we should already have the price of what we're buying for. Price from this.
Yeah, he'll.
Right.
Sure.
I believe it's 10 on it.
Let's just make sure.
More than that.
We'll know what, we'll get it on.
Yeah, I was, that's what I remember is $10, so that'd be 2,000 tons of material.
So the motion is just
Okay,
to
that's my
go
math.
for that.
Okay, so it's been moved and seconded, accept the bid as presented and with clarification on the price, $10 or whatever.
Just a second.
Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor of approving a sale or the purchase,
50-20.
sale of this graders, say aye, Lucas.
Aye.
Kanda, aye, Paul.
Both on
Okay.
And the board doesn't care whether it's to Ed Lyons or Mountain Valley Excavating LLC, does it?
No,
right.
no, absolutely not.
It's up to him because he's the guy that's.
Yeah.
He says here business, he deducts the.
Yeah.
Price on that. Okay, with that is all of that. We'll have a brief discussion. Any other public comment on things to date here that anybody want to bring up? This is just as a comment, nothing to act on. You all have a question or anything before we go into executive session?
I do have a question. Rosita Road. I'm very grateful that there's signs that say that the speed limit is now 35 miles an hour.
Gonna get people to do it. That's hard, and
It's really bad because, you know, I observe that, plus I'm very cognizant of cattle that are out of the road.
deer.
And antelope and elk and deer and anything else under the sun. But, you know, road to bridge comes in, works the road, and within a half an hour, it's destroyed again because people are driving 50, 55 miles an hour. What can we do?
Well, we are doing what we can. I agree with you. I live at the end of a 35, 6 miles of 35. And at first, when you're used to going 45 and maybe pushing it to 50, you get used to it. So when you go to 35, you feel like you're standing still initially. But then you clock it and you realize that over that 6 miles, you take an extra 3 minutes to get to 10, 4. And so I've gotten to the point where I like thinking about things for extra 4 minutes rather than racing in and worrying whether a policeman's behind me or a sheriff. So it takes time to adjust it. And what we have done, we've asked people, and I've asked the sheriff to do this, especially when he's doing road work out there, to be out there, the posse, and there's a process that we've gotten set up. But when he's there, Vince puts a call into the deputy that's in charge of rounding up the people for road work to get them to slow down initially during the construction piece. We've had people stop at the front end and slow down, and then speed up for the 3 miles in between, and then slow down again. So they're where there's lots of things that they're going to be working, as well as signs that are flashing signs. Now, that's it. We have 300. We can have grade roads clear to Albuquerque and back. That's what they've got, and that's what we have to patrol with the 16 or 8 deputies and the road and bridge guys. So just be patient and let us know. You call the sheriff up. Report it.
There's no cells.
Well, let's see. We need to get a radio. Or just let them, if you're driving to town, stop in and talk to the sheriff or call.
Well, but as I say, I'm driving the speed limit and I've got 3
People
cars,
honking at you, aren't you?
you know, tailgating. I'm going, just go around me.
That's okay. Let them go, because if they do, they're breaking the law, and they're already to say it.
If I may, to add on to that is that the sheriff has turned over some vehicles that have regular lights on it and everything. And we have some of those that are going to road and bridge where they can put that vehicle with those flashing lights at the beginning of the work zone when they're out working anyhow. Other than that, it'd be up to the patrol. Yep. But we do have the lights coming. So.
And we got flashing signs. Jim?
Well, the implication of some of the things that were said were that if this lady who's driving the speed limit and people are all behind her and honking and everything, and they pass her and take off, if she can provide the license number of that person to the sheriff, will the sheriff do anything, or can he do anything? So one question.
I think Dan's a good point, because the highway patrol gets that all the time.
Well, I mean, at the minimum, you can certainly contact the driver. The complaint, just watch what you're doing. And that would have some effect. I don't know whether you
can't actually cite him.
Yeah.
You know, that would be hard to prosecute, honestly.
Could you say?
What about a dash cam? They had dash cameras on video.
You mean like if she had a dash cam on her car? Again, it's you know, without law enforcement there with a meter, you know,
radar
that they've tested.
Right.
You know,
but what it does do with the reports, it highlights where the sensitive areas are. When we get a lot of reports, they can then therefore put a body out there and spend the time doing it. And that stops people too. And they get enough. I've seen it happen on Macy Lane. People start realizing, you got a radar gun shooting 4 miles down there and get you before you get to the corner. They've already got you.
Yeah, I mean, again, you get a call. You're remote. You got a report about you. That you presume, and I don't know whether it's true or not, but you presume that suddenly you're in a database, and so the next time you get pulled over. While the sheriff's deputies in this county, I think they're not out to write tickets, they're out to get compliance. They might be more likely to write you a ticket if your name is in their head.
But I'll tell you, it does make a difference because I've seen it even on Macy Lane. People will come up on behind me when I'm going 35, 36, 37, 38, and they'll slow down and they won't go around because they've been there. Yeah, it does pin their ears back and makes them slow down. So it works, but and it's up to them. If they want to get caught, if they go around it, that's their business.
Well, deputy will.
Okay, any other questions?
The real answer is to, you know, if the sheriff could ever get the ABIS system to work that we approved a couple of years ago financially. You know,
It would help because then you got a record.
you know, get a mobile system out there.
Which you hate to see too, boy. But I've been nailed in Arvada and Littleton before.
With their
Got paid.
like camps.
Okay, no other questions. I'll adjourn this,
We
recess this
need a motion.
motion to go into executive session. What's that?
There's other color comment.
Was there another one down there? I didn't see it. Jim?
Well, another complaint on the road stuff here. I'm off 254 out there. I think we had 3 cattle guards on it. And the cattle guards are getting so bad. There's huge holes in front of each one of them there. My wife is really complaining. There she says, I can't go to town. I'm afraid I want to have to call her.
Well, the last time you did this, we did fix it. It hasn't been too long ago though. It doesn't take much when you hit the concrete there to start pushing that dirt out of it. So, thanks for the heads up, but there are 3 cattle guards and I've been over them before. You go over them all the time.
2 of them.
And the road itself gets pretty rough on.
Yeah, it
It's cattle guard and everything. But I mean, that's something that's little, these big holes are.
Yeah, right.
Jim, to add to that, I know they're working in Bear Basin today, because I seen a water truck turning when I was coming out onto the highway and I seen a red pickup going.
Yeah, he
270.
has a couple trucks out there. They said he was going to.
So I know they're in the area. So I'll talk.
Okay. So, no, Dennis.
I just got I noticed that you've been discussing emergency management and hiring it. I don't know, I spent a couple of years back in the Stone Age being the emergency manager for the county. I don't know the current status, I'm not keeping up with it, but I would strongly recommend that whoever you do put in, and even for the county's own use at the courthouse, that you consider purchasing maybe a dozen mini Starlinks. In case we do have problems in the county, they could be set up, they run on 12 volts, relatively easy, and you have communications, and we'll still have emergency services. They can be set for $5 a month on a standby basis and then activated. And as far as your communication problems down at that courthouse, they got a wonderful Starlink plan. I'm using them constantly. I've got 2 Starlinks. So.
Yeah, and you read our mind because we've been discussing those exact things.
And
it would be good for our.
10,000 satellites, incredibly
Sure.
reliable. They're so reliable that there's a bounty on you if you're using them in our way.
Yeah, there is. Well, it's a key one for our field inspector, for example. They go in these holes and they're off the grid, and that's one of the things we're concerned
We're
about.
too much off the grid in a lot of areas in here, and it was my experience, even when I patrolled, we had problems and whatnot, but I don't know the status of that emergency.
I think John is working something on the commercial deal on Starlink, or what is it?
Yeah, and the OEM has a mini mobile Starlink, right? So.
You do have them.
Yeah, it's small.
We do.
Correct.
We need one for the
Look at,
inspector.
I bet you deal with you, you might consider like a dozen of them or something, that they could be spotted around the county.
Right. Road and bridge, boss.
Yeah, and the public's use. I mean, if we did have a down, you're gonna still have emergencies.
Mhm.
And you're gonna have to be able to.
That's why we need a generator on one end and Starlink with it.
I carry a backup Looney Jack, you know, you've got those, little power stations going on, and they come in all different sizes.
Sure.
But I have a totally different backup configuration because of my handicap situation.
Wow, I relate to that. Okay, any other points, questions, comments? Okay, then I move that we go into a recess to convene executive session.
Just move to go into executive session and should cite the statute. So
Just a second, I gotta pick it up. Well, wait a minute, it blew off of my, my new computer. Go ahead.
I think the chair would entertain a motion to go into executive session to determine positions and development of strategy for negotiations regarding pending litigation per 24640224E and for personnel matters to review the Office of Emergency Management interim and full-time director position applications per 24640224F.
Okay, I, as the chairman, so moved to go into executive session per, or for those two matters that we recited. Thank you.
9:56.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Paul.
Bogus on.
Lucas, Canada. Yeah, I, We gotta be careful what we say.
It's got to put it, now it is.
Okay, we back. Okay, we're out of executive session. The time is now 11:05. And the executive session has been concluded. The participants in the executive session were Attorney Dan Slater, County Clerk Kelly Camper, Commissioner Paul Vogelsong, Commissioner Bill Kanda, Commissioner Lucas Epp, HR Director Bob Smith. And at the beginning of the first part of our meeting, we had the participants were from CTSI, Dylan Patterson and Enid Cardova from CTSI to discuss the first part of this executive session. For the record, if any person who participated in the executive session believes that any substantial discussion of any matters not included in the motion to go into the executive session occurred during the executive session, or that any improper action occurred during the executive session in violation of the open meetings law, I would ask you to state your concerns for the record now.
None for me.
Nothing.
Dan.
No, I have no objection, so. Stayed on topic, it was very impressive.
Okay, with that, we will continue. And we got a new business item, matter of personal personnel, and that would be the review of the Office of Emergency Management Interim Director positions applications. And based upon our review, I would move that we hire a full-time emergency management director. And it's at a starting salary of $75,000. Applicant number 3 would be my choice.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to offer the job to applicant number 3 for the position of the OEM director working for the commissioners at a salary of $75,000. Any other discussion?
No, other than after review of 6 applicants, applicant 3 stood out and met the qualifications that we were requiring.
More than that. Might be. Here's another comment.
No, I concur.
Okay, let's call for that vote. All in favor of hiring applicant number 3, say aye. Paul?
Aye.
Lucas?
Aye.
Kanda, aye. So Bob, would you please go get a hold of applicant number 3 and see if you can? And we'll stand by and see if he wants to accept that offer or not.
Very good.
Okay, time now is 11:17. We're back in session. We have notified, or we put a call out for applicant number 3. And accept the offers that we've got on the table, and we will have been unsuccessful getting hold of the applicant. So we will just adjourn knowing that as actually will be out there. We've finished the meeting, and once we understand, if he turns it down, then so be it, and we will meet next week to go back into another discussion on what to do next. Make sense? Okay, any other discussion on today's meeting? No, from you, Paul. Not at all. Okay, hearing none, I'll adjourn this meeting at 11:11.